Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, the Tele-MANAS helpline is often seen in the news. It is an initiative of which of the following? Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Ministry of Home Affairs or 𝐃𝐫𝐤𝐬𝐿. The correct answer is option A, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Recently, the Union Health Ministry said the Tele-MANAS helpline under the National Tele-Mental Health Program has received over 2 lakh calls since its launch in October 2022. It aims to provide free telemental health services all over the country round the clock, particularly catering to people in remote or underserved areas. The service is accessible through the toll-free numbers with options to choose preferred languages, 20 languages included till now. The Tele-MANAS is organized in two-tier system. Tier 1, it comprises of state Tele-MANAS cells which include trained counselors and mental health specialists. And Tier 2, it will comprise of specialists at district mental health program, medical college resources for physical consultation and or e-Sanjeevani for audio-visual consultation. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, consider the following statements regarding PM-DevINE scheme. 1. It is a development initiative for Northwestern region. 2. It is aimed at rapid and holistic development of infrastructure and social development projects. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently, the PM-DevINE scheme was announced as a new central sector scheme with 100% central funding in the Union Budget 2022-23. The PM-DevINE is a development initiative for the Northeast region. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It is aimed at rapid and holistic development of the Northeast region by funding infrastructure and social development projects based on felt needs of the states. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The allocation for PM-DevINE scheme will be communicated every year by the Ministry of Finance to Ministry of Development of Northeastern region. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Child Labour Prohibition and Regulation Amendment Act 2016. 1. It provides for complete prohibition on employment or work of children below 14 years. 2. It prohibits employment of adolescents 14 to 18 years in hazardous occupations and processes. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the Ministry of Labour and Employment has constituted an interministerial committee for prevention of child labour. The Child Labour Prohibition and Regulation Amendment Act 2016 provides for complete prohibition on employment or work of children below 14 years. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It also prohibits employment of adolescents 14 to 18 years in hazardous occupations and processes. Hence, statement 2 is correct. To ensure effective enforcement of the provisions of the Child Labour Act and smooth implementation of the National Child Labour Project scheme, a separate online portal Pencil, that is platform for effective enforcement for no child labour, has been developed. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding BRICS. 1. South Africa became its member in 2005. 2. Its members represent 50% of the world GDP. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. That is, both the statements are incorrect. Recently, the National Security Advisor participated in Friends of BRICS meeting at Johannesburg. BRICS is the acronym denoting the emerging national economies of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The BRIC group was renamed as BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa after South Africa was accepted as a full member at the BRIC Foreign Ministers meeting in New York in September 2010. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. BRICS is an important grouping bringing together the major emerging economies from the world, comprising 41% of the world population, having 24% of the world GDP. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, Archaeological Survey of India is associated with which of the following ministries? Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Tourism, or Ministry of Information and Broadcasting? The correct answer is option B, Ministry of Culture. Recently, the Supreme Court has ordered the Archaeological Survey of India to maintain status quo in Gyanvapi Mosque Survey. The Archaeological Survey of India under the Ministry of Culture is the premier organization for archaeological researches and protection of the cultural heritage of the nation. The maintenance of ancient monuments and archaeological sites and remains of national importance is the prime concern of the ASI. It also regulates all archaeological activities in the country as per the provisions of the Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act 1958. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, recently the term Fragile X was in the news. It is related to ballistic missile, navigation satellite, genetic disorder, or mushroom species. The correct answer is option C, genetic disorder. Recently, the World Fragile X Awareness Day was observed. Fragile X syndrome is a genetic disorder. FXS is caused by changes in a gene called Fragile X messenger ribonucleoprotein 1. FMR1 usually makes a protein called FMRP that is needed for brain development. People who have FXS do not make this protein. Those with Fragile X associated disorders have changes in the FMR1 gene but usually still make some of the protein. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following pairs: tribal group and state or UT. 1. Soliga, Karnataka. 2. Mhadei, Uttarakhand. 3. Kokna, Assam. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? Only one pair, only two pairs, only three pairs, or none of the above? The correct answer is option A, only one pair. Recently, the Soliga tribal community was in the news. The Soliga are the indigenous community of Biligiri Rangan Hills in Chamara Rajnagar district of Karnataka. Hence, pair 1 is correct. The Maldiya live in Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. Hence, pair 2 is not correct. The Kokna are a major tribe found in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Hence, pair 3 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, recently seen in the news, the Mahadevi Wildlife Sanctuary is located in Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Goa or Karnataka. The correct answer is option C, Goa. Recently, the Goa bench of the Bombay High Court has directed the Goa government to notify the Mahadevi Wildlife Sanctuary as a tiger reserve. The Mahadevi Wildlife Sanctuary is located in the northern part of Goa near the village of Valpoi. The sanctuary covers a vast area of 208 square kilometers and ensures the protection of immense biodiversity found in the animal and plant life that resides in the Western Ghats. The area of the sanctuary is thickly forested with moist deciduous vegetation and some evergreen species too. The residents of the sanctuary that seen more rarely include the black panther, sloth bear, leopard, tiger, dhole, jungle cat, mouse deer, giant squirrel, flying squirrel, Indian pangolin and the slender loris, which is an endangered species. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the PM-WANI scheme. 1. It is aimed at improving Wi-Fi access throughout the country. 2. It was recommended by the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India in 2017. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the PM-WANI Wi-Fi Access Network Interface Scheme and Digital India program was seen in the news. It is a scheme meant to increase Wi-Fi access throughout the country. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The PM-WANI framework contains the following components: Public Data Office Aggregator, App Provider and Central Registry. The creation of interoperable public Wi-Fi hotspots was one such idea proposed by the Telecom Regulator of India in 2017. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following best explains the term hygroelectricity recently seen in the news? Generation of electricity from the humidity of the air, generation of electricity from the run of river water, generation of electricity from the steam of geothermal energy, or generation of electricity from boiling of water by coal. The correct answer is option A, generation of electricity from the humidity of the air. Recently, the researchers have successfully developed a technology called Hygroelectricity, which can generate electricity from humid air. It is a type of renewable energy that has the potential to be a major source of power in the future. The key to harvesting electricity from humid air lies in a tiny device comprising 2 electrodes and a thin layer of material filled with nanopores. These nanopores, each less than 100 nanometers in diameter, allow water molecules from the air to pass through the device. As these molecules move from an upper chamber to a lower chamber, they interact with the edges of the nanopores, leading to a buildup of electric charge imbalances between the chambers. This process effectively transforms the device into a miniature battery, generating continuous electricity. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Last question is sometimes seen in the news. The Cyber Surakshit Bharat is an initiative of which of the following? Ministry of Communications, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, or Ministry of Law and Justice. The correct answer is option B, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Recently, the National E-Governance Division, under its capacity building scheme, organized the 38th batch of CISO Deep Dive Training Program at Central Academy for Police Training, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. The Cyber Surakshit Bharat initiative of MeitY was conceptualized with a mission to spread awareness about cyber crime and build capacities of Chief Information Security Officers and frontline IT officials across all government departments. The CISO training, which was launched in 2018, is the first of its kind of partnership between the government and industry consortium under public-private partnership model. This program aims to sensitize and orient participants on cyber safety and security in taking Digital India program forward for integrated delivery of various government services to citizens. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Recently seen in the news, the Talisman Sabre exercise 2023 is related to Australia and United States, India and United States, Australia and India, or Australia and United Kingdom. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.